Merci beaucoup, professeur Soukaina, pour cette brève présentation portant sur le contenu du modèle de langue et langue et communication spécialité anglaise, comme vous l'avez remarqué, qui est réparti par semaine, passant de la première semaine à la 6e semaine. Pour nous aussi, on vous souhaite joie, bonheur, santé, voilà, tant que durera votre âge. Sincèrement, j'ai écouté professeur Soukaina attentivement et j'ai remarqué qu'il y a une certaine correspondance entre le contenu du programme en matière de langue française et également en matière de langue anglaise. Ce n'est pas par hasard, c'est exactement ce qui doit vous mettre dans le bain, à la fois en anglais et à la fois en français. Parce que, comme vous le savez, il y a ce qu'on appelle la langue utilitaire. La langue utilitaire. On essaie de travailler sur quelque chose dont vous aurez besoin. OK? On essaie de mettre à votre disposition les choses dont vous aurez besoin dans les médias. Vous lisez un certain nombre d'articles scientifiques. Au moins, vous devez avoir une idée sur la présentation matérielle d'un article scientifique. Qu'est-ce qu'un abstract, en résumé? Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire le cadre théorique? La partie documentaire, la partie empirique, la phase expérimentale, l'analyse des données, etc., les résultats, les discussions, les conclusions, les recommandations, l'apport, les limites, questionnement de recherche, etc. Là, c'est un jargon scientifique que vous devez acquérir en matière de méthodologie. Vous ne pouvez pas comprendre la lecture d'un texte scientifique sans avoir au moins une idée sur la présentation et sur l'organisation d'ensemble, sur les éléments qui constituent la charpente d'un article scientifique. Donc, vous aurez l'occasion vraiment de travailler sur des choses importantes, que ce soit en matière de renforcement linguistique, puisque vous allez revenir sur la grammaire fondamentale, que ce soit sur la communication écrite et professionnelle, lettre de motivation, lettre de recommandation, et puis aussi le CV, et puis comment valoriser sa candidature. Donc ce sont, comme vous allez le remarquer, nos interventions vont se rencontrer à pas mal de reprises, et donc vous allez travailler sur, si vous voulez, sur un travail, si vous voulez, de traduction, passant de la langue française à la langue anglaise, pour aborder les aspects, les techniques, le support de la communication écrite, vie professionnelle, renforcement linguistique, et puis aussi, voilà, sur comment lire et écrire un texte, un article scientifique. Merci, professeur.
Je vous en prie.
Je reviens vers monsieur Driss, qui va donc voilà, ajouter, pour nous parler un peu de la langue anglaise, de la place de la langue anglaise dans le monde. Et puis aussi, pourquoi apprendre la langue anglaise? Pourquoi donner l'importance à la langue anglaise? Parce que maintenant, il y a ce qu'on appelle le marché des langues. Le marché des langues. Il y a une concurrence sur le marché. Quand est-ce que normalement vous devez apprendre la langue française? Mais quand est-ce que vous allez commencer à travailler avec la langue anglaise? Moi, je connais des étudiants. Hier, il y avait un étudiant parmi nous qui a préparé sa licence professionnelle en système informatique et génie logiciel à la faculté polydisciplinaire d'Errachidia. il a préparé ici son master avec M. Brahim Access dans le master CD. Et maintenant, il prépare sa thèse. Vous savez que ces lectures, toutes ces lectures, les articles maintenant sur lesquels il travaille, rien que l'anglais. Ah oui, parce que tout simplement, la langue anglaise, c'est la langue de la recherche. Voilà, de la recherche scientifique. Alors, dans ce sens, la parole sera...
Thank you, Professor Mohammed Nou. Thank you, dear student, for attending this opening ceremony. Well, let me talk to you about the importance of the English language, okay? So my objectives, I will talk to you about the history of the English language, okay? That's the first one. The second one, we will see why English is an international language. And by the end, I will talk to you about ways to improve your English skills. So, the history of the English language, as you can see on the map here, okay? So you can see that, right? You can see that on the map, all right? You see England, right, on the screen. You see Germany, you see France, okay? That's the north of Europe, okay? So the beginning of the English language, or if you want, the history of the English language began with the arrival of three tribes, three Germanic tribes. The first one, the Angles, the Saxon, and the Jutes. So there were three tribes living in what we call today Germany. And what they have done, they have moved to what we call today Britain, and they have started living a new life. So the beginning or the history of the English language started with the arrival of three Germanic tribes, the Angles, the Jutes, and the Saxon, right? Okay? So in terms of the genetic of the English language, so genetically speaking, right? Genetically speaking, English language is a Germanic language. As you can see here, okay? So Germanic language, so give birth to what we call West Germanic, and that gave birth to Anglo-Pharisee. Then we got Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. Modern English, or what we call, right? So the language family, which is explained here in this slide, okay? So we got Modern English, and of course Modern English is divided into British and American, right? Okay? So we see that English is the language of science. As Professor Mohammed Nou said, that we have a student, a PhD student here at the Faculty of Science and Technique of Errachidia at the Informatics Department, and most, or let's say all of his journals or articles are written in English, right? Because English is the language of science. Even if you are a scientist, if you want to publish, if you want to share your scientific research with the international community, you must write in English. Because you can write in French, that is okay, right? But if you want everybody to read your research, your discovery, your contribution to science, to academic life, you have to publish in English. So English is a must, all right? English is a must. So 80%, okay, 80% of information stored, or let's say stocked, on all the computers in the world, they are in English, right? So most informations, they are stocked in English. That's why most scientific books are written in English. Books of physics, books of mathematics, books of informatics. Most, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying most. That might be means 80%, 90%, but not 100%, right? So I'm saying most. Most scientists speak English. If you are a scientist and you cannot speak English, you cannot share and you cannot understand what is going on in that scientific discipline. If you are a scientist, you have to speak English so that you can communicate. So English is a must in international meetings and conferences. Suppose that there is an international meeting and we have people like from France, from Spain, from Sweden, from China, from Japan, and from Morocco. What language will be used in that meeting or in that conference? It will be English, because English is the second language in the world. For example, here in Morocco we have French as a second language, but in Europe, in Europe, in Asian countries, in most countries, English is the second language, right? Most internet resources are in English. If you are looking for a certain information, for example, about physics, about chemistry, about biology, right? Those resources, those information, you will find them in English, okay? So that's why the majority, let's say the majority, most of international research papers are written in English. Again, English is a must, all right? So most updated scientific journals are in English. Most updated scientific journals are in English. You know the term update, like to renew, okay? Most updated scientific journals are in English. Let me tell you something. There's a great philosopher called Friedrich Nietzsche, and he is the founder of postmodernity. He came up with a beautiful quote from Nietzsche. He says that the snake, you know what is a snake, right? So the snake which does not change its skin, it dies. I repeat, the snake which does not change its skin, it dies. Let's put it in your scientific context. A student who does not update his knowledge, scientifically speaking, he is dead. Yes, physically speaking, you're alive. You can walk, you can eat, you can talk, but scientifically speaking, because you are not productive, you are dead. Physically speaking, you exist, but scientifically speaking, you are not, okay? So, most updated scientific papers are published in English. That means if you want to pursue, to follow what is going on a certain field, whether that field or discipline is mathematics, physics, chemistry, English is a must. So, either you update or you are out of date. Donc عندنا الاختيار، غير ما نديروا الميزاجور ولا نكونوا خارج تاريخ، خارج نسق. You don't have a choice. You must always update. So, based upon what I have said, we can say that English is the most widespread language in the history of the planet. Wherever you go, wherever you travel, wherever you move, if your English is good, if you are fluent in English, you have no problem of communication. You can communicate with everyone. You can communicate. If you travel to Spain, they have English as a second language. So you have no problem of communication. You can communicate. You can express yourself. You can understand and you can be understood, right? If you travel to Japan, if you go to Sweden, Norway, wherever you go, let me tell you something. English is a linguistic passport. Okay? It's a linguistic passport that gives you access to communicate wherever you go, right? okay? So that's why we can say that English is a golden key when it comes to science, when it comes to communication, when it comes to business. In every discipline, English is a golden key that can give you access to any discipline, right? So now, having talked about the importance of English, let me introduce you to some techniques, ways that you can use as a student in order to improve your English skills. First, we should know that we have four language skills: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Well, it means that if you want to develop your English, if you want to improve your English, you have to work on the 4 skills. Because I got this question all the time. Students come to me and say, teacher, please, how can I develop my English? Is it okay if I read books? Will I develop my English? Well, you will develop your reading and you will develop your writing. Teacher, is it good if I listen to English songs? Is it okay if I watch movies? Yes, it's good to watch movies because you will improve your speaking and listening first, okay? So, let's move. Now, let me talk to you about let's divide those linguistic skills. By the way, right, linguistic skills are divided into receptives and productive, okay? As Norman Chomsky divided those language skills into the input and the output, okay? So receptive skills is what we receive, and we receive what? We receive listening. Right now you are listening, so you are in the position of reception, okay? So, and right now I'm speaking, so I am producing, okay? So if you want to be a good speaker, first you have to be a good listener. The more you listen, the better you speak. Reading is a receptive skill. If you want to be a good writer, first you have to be a good reader, right? So, as Norman Chomsky explained that on this slide, okay? So we got the input and output, the cause and the result. Now I have explained that. Let me tell you something. You might ask the following question: how can I improve my listening skills? What should I do? Now we have understood that we have 4 skills. How can I develop my listening skills? Well, let me tell you something. You can speak to English speakers, Americans or British, if you have the chance to. That is an option. The second option is that you should listen or watch movies. That's a good choice also. Another suggestion is that you should listen to music. You have your smartphones, okay? You have your headphones and your smartphone, so use a song for every week. That is a good way so that you can develop your listening skills, okay? Let's move now to talk about speaking, all right? You might say, how can I develop my speaking skills? Well, I say that, please do interesting activities in English. For example, make presentations in English. Maybe you are with your professors, okay? So why not you can make a presentation about, for example, physics, something related to physics or mathematics or informatics. That is a good suggestion, all right? Reading, how you can improve your reading. Well, you should read scientific articles. A good website where you can find scientific article is that ResearchGate is a good website from where you can download different scientific articles about certain discipline, whether it is physics, mathematics, chemistry, biology, any discipline, okay? And of course you should visit the website of, or let's say the platform of the program that we have already presented, okay? You should also go to this website, language guide, languageguide.org. Hopefully it will appear anyway. So languageguide.org is a good website that you can rely upon to improve your English skills. That is a good one. Speaking of writing, okay, so if you want to solve the problem of writing, my advice is that reading is the key. The more you read, the better you write. We say that good readers make good writers, okay? So fluency, okay, means working on 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. All right, so you see a slide here, this picture. Is this a cat or a lion? Are you sure? Is it a cat or a lion? So it is a cat, right? But the difference is that this cat believes in its capacity, in its ability to be whatever it wants to be. So the key to learn a language is self-confidence. This cat does not see itself as a cat, but it sees itself as a lion. I believe in you that one day you will be fluent, inshallah, in English and in French. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Driss. Alors, s'il vous plaît, avant de partir,
premièrement, je vais remercier nos chers professeurs pour nous présenter cette séance d'ouverture, les objectifs de programme, de module de langue et communication et l'importance des langues dans le domaine dans tous les domaines, en particulier les domaines scientifiques. Déjà, j'ai préparé des questions à poser si le temps nous permet de...
Oui, si on n'a pas répondu aujourd'hui, peut-être la prochaine fois, vas-y.
Ok. Comme vous savez, l'année dernière, le système de l'année dernière est un peu différent que de celle de cette année.
Oui.
Parce qu'on a travaillé avec 6 modules. Cette année, on a 3 modules. Comment peut-on préparer nos modules, notre module, en particulier la langue française, parce qu'on a particulièrement la langue française. La langue française et l'anglais, c'est le module dans langue et communication. Et seconde, comment faire le lien entre la plateforme et le cours en présentiel. Donc c'est très important parce que la plateforme, c'est un outil complémentaire, mais comment on peut le profiter,
Voilà, profiter des deux.
Des deux, oui. Voilà.
Merci. Encouragez-le au deuxième plan. Merci. Alors, je ne vais pas répondre aux questions de M. Moussa pour le moment. Après, quelqu'un d'autre qui veut intervenir, vas-y. Mademoiselle, tu t'appelles Hajar. Oui, Hajar. Hajar, c'est un visage qui m'est familier. Toujours présente. Elle est là aussi, présente pendant la séance d'ouverture. Voilà, prête à partager avec vous. Voilà quelque chose, vos impressions, ce que vous pensez, après avoir écouté les présentations de vos professeurs lors de cette séance d'ouverture. S'il vous plaît, écoutez Hajar. Vous êtes de quelle ville, Hajar?
Village Oujda.
D'Oujda. Regardez, donc, c'est une valeur ajoutée puisque nous sommes tous ici présents en provenance de différentes régions, différentes villes. Hajar, à vous la parole.
Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. J'aimerais beaucoup cette présentation de ce programme. Elle est riche pour améliorer, maîtriser ma langue pour successives mes études. Merci beaucoup mes profs pour donner cette chance. Ce programme, il est riche et
Oui, regardez. Il est riche et important.
est riche des informations et pour les sujets qui
sont proposés.
oui, pour accélérer mes études. Et ces sujets de ce programme est très proche pour de ce programme des mathématiques et des sujets de scientifiques. Et c'est tout.
D'accord, très bien. Qu'est-ce que vous pouvez demander à vos professeurs Hajar? Qu'est-ce que vous attendez de nous? Qu'est-ce que vous attendez de nous? Oui?
C'est notre professeur
Oui?
besoin de les étudiants ont besoin de
faire des exercices?
oui, beaucoup d'exercices et beaucoup pour communiquer et parler.
Oui.
C'est tout.
D'accord, ok. Nous allons prendre ça en considération, vous donner toutes les occasions, si vous voulez.